Good day. This 300th day, meaningful moments, 365 days. You know, how often do we find ourselves in this feeling of like, try again? It's really an important piece to the art of living, as I call it. And what I mean by that is that we often come to meet or encounter a situation, and at the moment we realize we're at this again and we're doing something to try to improve it in some way. In businesses, they call it as, improvement, continuous improvement methods or procedures that they have. In schools, we refer to it as progress and progress notes and all those parent-teacher conferences I'm sure you're all familiar with if you have kids in school. And in our own daily lives, we're doing it as we are just living life. This morning, I had an experience that reminded me of that. Try again. And it was having to call an old website host server, and they no longer are serving me, but they retained the domain name. And there was a change with the server, so there was a new way that the website had to be redirected. It was always working fine up until that domain renewed, and then all of a sudden there was no more connectivity. It was pointed to a default address, and my site, esperanzasmith.com, was no longer functioning. So this initial inquiry to the old server, who still has the domain name, started a month ago, 4 calls later. And today I find myself on the phone and feeling a little bit of that frustration that happens when we're on the call with these different call centers, and we're trying to address an issue that we're having with an account. And I'm sure many of you can relate to that, if not all of us at this point now. And just getting through to someone, can be quite the challenge. But I found myself trying to give the details that I've explained before to have this new technician that was helping today understand the scope of what that problem was, where it began, where it originated, hopefully that he would investigate a little further. This was the first of the last 4 who probably spent the time to really go through those details to find the solution to the problem, because other technicians must have skimmed over some pieces, missed some steps, and did not get the website back up and functioning properly. So there were 2 elements. I was trying to explain to this gentleman how to understand the scope and give the details, and he was trying to understand what I was giving to him. So there were 2 of us that were really in that mindset of trying to understand. And I could feel that as, he was listening, that my level of frustration after waiting and doing all of that was like bringing my level down, because I was being heard and he was listening. And I quickly realized this isn't his problem, or the fact that the other people had listened to the best of their ability and hadn't been able to, accomplish getting the situation corrected. And then I realized as we completed the call, and everything now is working fine on esperanzasmith.com, which is a personal website that I have, and you'll be knowing more of that as time goes on. But it was about this cultivation that we do and the opportunity that we have every day to try again. It like never goes away, and we can encounter that with every relationship that we have. Everyone, from our personal to our professional, intimate, whatever relationship we have, that really it comes down to this matter of this desire this wanting to understand. If it's us that are on the receiving end, it behooves us to understand what the other individual is bringing to us. And if we're the ones giving the information and wanting to be heard, I realized today that I was trying to make it more clear, more concise, more straight to the point, so that the individual could wrap his mind around what I was presenting. So there was a cultivation on my end that was going on to try again and make this just more accessible, the information to this individual. And then it's about, who we meet, because everybody has different levels of the way they can receive information and then the interpretation. But this genuine ability to want to understand. Granted, we're not going to understand everything, but just the willingness to do it somehow has this magical effect that allows everything to transform into something that is a little bit more connective with one another, and allows us to approach it in a way where we can feel like we're working together on something more unified, more harmonious. So the next time you find yourself on one of these calls, take a deep breath. Laugh about it, because I'm sure if someone's looking down at all our human race and all these foibles, they would have to be laughing, because it would be pretty funny, like a comedy. And then just to understand that if we work at it from a point of view where we're really trying to understand one another, that we get so much further in our progress, in our ability to improve as we try again with this beautiful life we have. So, raising a cup to that one. Aho, my friends.